All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Welcome to Be So Light. Hold on a second, I got my stuff on. Sorry for the lateness, everyone. I went out and was able to go and tolerate doing some light grocery shopping, and it feels really different since my releasing yesterday on my knee, and it was really interesting. Sister Marty sent me this really neat information about the knee, and I noticed um, that there are a lot of people limping around, especially when you go to the grocery stores. You're seeing a lot of limping. People are limping, or they're walking really guarded from their bruising or something. And she sent me an article that was on Facebook, and it says the spiritual and emotional reason for arthritis. And I was just like, I was laying in bed when she sent it, and I was just like, when I first saw it, I thought it said the spiral and the emotional reason for arthritis. That's what I saw. And I was like, spiral? Oh, wow, that must be interesting. But then I go back and I look, oh, it's not spiral, it's spiritual. So I was like, okay. So when I looked at it, it comes from Anna Merkabah's post. And she really wrote such a really true words of what she posted. So Anna Markabah, I just wanted to share this with the community, and thank you for your post. And it says arthritis is often seen as a disease of the aging joints and autoimmune confusion, but beneath the inflammation and the stiffness, there is often a soul message waiting to be heard. Because arthritis is more than an ache, it is a cry from the body that something has been held too tightly for too long. And I was like, ooh. The bones remember. Bones are sacred. They are deep foundation of our form, the scaffolding of our life. And in many spiritual traditions, bones are considered the keepers of memory and ancestry, holding the stories of those who came before you. They represent the stability, the structure, and identity. So when arthritis begins to affect the joints, it often signals that the foundation of your life are asking to shift. And I'm like, yeah. Inflammation as inner fire. Arthritis is inflammation. The inflammation is the fire of the body trying to burn something off. But in spiritual terms, it's often misdirected fire. The heat that should be used for vitality, purpose, and self expression gets trapped in pieces of suppression, stagnation, and emotional self censorship. I was like, Emotional roots of arthritis. Here are some of the common energetic and emotional threads I have seen in remote energy healing sessions related to arthritis. And it says self judgment, inner criticism, resentment and bitterness, ancestral weight. And ancestral weight, the way she describes it, she says, sometimes the pain doesn't ever belong to you. It belongs to your mother, her mother, their burden, their silence, their survival. The hands ache with the inherited roles. The knees stiffen under generational submission. I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's true. So, rigidity in belief in a life path. Arthritis is about stiffness, not just physical, but spiritual. And then she breaks it down and it says the message within the pain is not here to punish. It is here to break the spell of numbness. It asks you to slow down, to lay down the unnecessary load, to stop carrying what's not yours, to forgive yourself for not being able to hold it all, because you were never meant to. And arthritis, in most poetic sense, is the body type, is the body trying to soften what has made it hard by life. What you can do now, and she gives you 3 soul-rooted ways to gently unwind the spiritual thread of arthritis. And so the first one is speak to the joints, placing your hand on the discomfort, saying to the bones, thank you for carrying me. You no longer have to hold what's not mine. I give you permission to rest, to soften, to be free. And then let the bones know that they are safe to let go. Soften the inner voice. Notice where you are harsh with yourself, where you still demand perfection, where you withhold kindness until you do better. Begin replacing the critic with compassion. I am learning to move with grace, not force. I am worthy of softness. And then release ancestral burdens. You might try journaling or rituals, writing things down about the pain, asking it what has been holding for the family line, burn it safely and say with love and honor, I return this burden to the earth. It ends with me. So I really, really love how she wrote this out. And I'm skipping over another part and trying to shorten it. Through ancestral clearing and emotion release, something shifts. After the session, she wrote me saying she wept, her hands tingle. This is about a client that she worked with that had arthritis. Her hands tingled, and by the end of our work together, her fingers began to open, not just physically, but energetically. She says, I didn't know I was allowed to stop holding it all, but she was, and so are you. If your joints have been aching, cracking, or crying out, it may be your soul's way of saying you don't need to be this hard to survive anymore. You are allowed to let go. You are allowed to loosen the grip. You are allowed to stop performing strength. There is wisdom in your pain and freedom waiting inside it. So Anna Markaba, she's a channeler, a light worker. To book a healing session with Anna, you can go to her page, Sacred Ascension, Key of Life Discovery, Your True Self Through the Vibrational Message, and it's AnnaMerkabaHealing.com. So Anna, thank you so much for your words. Because, sometimes I think what happens, we get caught up in everyday life and we get caught up with scenarios and things playing out in front of us. We get really caught up with things. And then what starts to happen, we forget that, okay, I need to take time out, or I need to breathe, or I need to make things lighter for me. Or here's a good one, where a lot of us, I see pink clouds out there. Ooh. Where a lot of us have a problem as healers, asking for help. We have a hard time asking for help. Did you know sometimes Creator will put you on a timeout just so you can just rest and be still, but puts you in a place where you actually have to ask for help. You have to ask for someone to help you get groceries, take something up the stairs for you because you can't do it. You have to ask. And it puts you in a place of, it's okay that you are unable at this moment to do this right now, but there's somebody here that can assist you. There's somebody here that can help you. So I really feel a lot of times what happens when we're going through some kind of period or healing or something in our bodies, we have to take that time to reflect, which is why we're doing the element of earth. Now, the element of earth is where we find the buffalo, the sustaining of life, where we find the owl, the one that brings the wisdom, where we find the ancestors, and where we find the bones. The bones. So I laid in bed last night and I was trying to think. I said, well, can I just use the salt for the ceremony? I said, yes, but we would need you to go and get your ash from the sacred fires. And I go, the sacred fires. And when I started on my journey and went through the whole ceremony of becoming a sun dancer, you're a sun dancer for life. It doesn't matter if you do 4 years, that equals 1 year like a baby, or if you keep dancing sun dance until the day you leave the earth. Doesn't matter. You're a sun dancer for life. And there's a sacred moment when the tree that was up from the past ceremony that stays up the whole year with prayer bundles tied to it, songs have been sung, the drum has been played, the sacred pipe has been smoked underneath it. It stands for the whole year, holding people's prayers that they put in their prayer ties that are tied onto the tree. And when they hoist it up into the hole in the ground, they put the offerings in there, they fill it up with water just to nourish that tree so it will stay as the warrior representing, I'm holding all of the people's prayers, I'm holding it. I am the standing one that's tethered to earth, and yet and still I am a straight direct line to creator. Okay. So when the old tree is going to be surrendered down, it is pulled up, and everything that's on the tree stays on the tree, and it is taken to grandfather fire of the new fire that's coming in to start the ceremony. So grandfather fire takes the past Sundance tree, and we take it and process it through the fire, through grandfather fire. So in that process, when it's being done, it creates the ash. And when it's all burned down and you have ambers and the fire is staying, we scoop that ash out and give thanks. And then we take it as a part of our medicine for whenever you need to bless something, for healing, to say some prayers, whatever it is. This is all of that medicine, all of the songs, all of the dance that's put in this. And when you get it, and this is the ash where there was a tribe, I want to say a tribe from, is it New Zealand or Africa? I can't remember. I know we had someone from New Zealand that was representing a tribe there. And then I think there was a tribe from Africa. Or was it Peru? It might have been Peru. Might have been through Peru, through the sacred fires. It might have been Peru. They brought ash from their sacred fire ceremonies and added it to our ash and combined it. So the ash to ash was shared on the belly of Mother Earth. And I was just like, whoa, that was huge to see ash from another country carried all the way through that came to be a part of the sacred ash of this. So tonight, for me personally, I will be using a little bit of the sacred ash from this and salt. So let me get started with this. I hope everyone is doing well. I don't see anybody in house yet. I'm burning some cedar. And what I like about this cauldron, you can always go like this. It gets out of hand. Cedar is the number one thing we like to use in Sundance. So I have cedar from there and from Mount Shasta. And there's just something about cedar wood that clears the senses. And it just brings peace, centering, a connection to the divine. Woo! Thank you. I had some other medicine in there. I'm like, woo! That's magic. Okay. So let's step into the medicine of this. Okay, so you'll need a little dish. I came across one of my medicine bowls, cups that were given to us in one of the Taino ceremonies. And I said, oh, this would be perfect. But you can use a little ceramic bowl. But yeah, I did really well going out and walking, and I had my ear clips on, which were really good. And towards the end, we will be going over the the codes for releasing a pain and that energy. Okay. All right. So you'll have your bowl, your cup. And all I want you to do is take your salt. And you can dump this outside or down the toilet. It'll mix with water and it'll go out to where it far away from you. But earth is our place of groundedness. Earth is also the place where we have to stop and listen. And so you're going to pour your salt into your left hand. You don't need a lot to do this, just a little bit. I don't know if I can show you, just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to actually take a little bit of ash. Now, you can use ash from, say, like tobacco, if you were burning it and you have a place where you've been saving it. But I'm just going to kind of pinch it together because this is going to represent earth energy. Now, the ash, because it is the ashes from the tree, the tobacco that's been burned is already in this. So I'm just going to pinch it together. And what I want you to do is just take and cup your right hand over your salt and hold it. And just give a gentle intention, set your intention that you are going to be using this as a part of your clearing. Okay? So I want you to think of wherever you are as far as soreness in the body, because the earth represents your physical body, okay? The earth element of that. So where are you physically? Are you feeling tired? Is there things that have been pulling down on you? We're going to use this earth element to pinch it, and you're just going to hold it with the right fingers, okay, in between. And as you're holding it, you're going to take it to your heart and speak your truth to it. You can do it in thought, you can whisper it, you can speak it out loud, however you feel, but you're just going to speak that. And then if you have pain, you're going to take and circle it over that area, pinching it, saying, I am releasing the pain, I'm releasing this. I am releasing whatever stuck energy is here. I'm releasing it. I no longer have to carry it. I'm releasing it. And then you put it into your bowl. Okay? So take your pinch, set your intention, get centered into the mind, take in a breath, exhale it out, and just set what is the one thing you need to just release right now. It might be stress. It might be the tiredness. What is that for you? And then as you're releasing it into the bowl, you say, I am now releasing this. And pinch again. And release it. And pinch again. And what'll happen, you'll notice, because you're releasing, giving yourself permission to release, your body will start moving vibrationally because it knows what you're doing. It feels what you're doing. It's connected to it. Another pinch. You might want to release having cloudy thoughts. If you've been ill, whatever you've been dealing with, just visualizing, receiving that through the salt of earth and releasing it. Mm. You can even give your breath to it. Release the tiredness. Okay. All right. If it feels complete, great. If it doesn't, you might want to do a little bit more. Just sprinkle a little bit more salt in your hand. And really allow yourself to just pinch it together. You can also say, clear me of the things that I can't consciously see, feel, or know, but it's there. And I release it now, energetically, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. You can do it for financial issues, business issues. And I would let the very last one of anything that you carry in your bones to be released. That's not yours to carry. Okay. And just breathe. And honor the release. On this 11/22, Feel the energy coming up through your bones. We walk on our ancestors' bones every single day. Drive over them, walk on top of them. Everything is an imprinted memory. It's kept deep in the foundation of our bones. Take a deep breath in, exhale it out. Another deep breath in, exhale it out. Now see this beautiful core of light. Just beautiful diamond white light coming down, straight down the crown, all the way down through the third eye, down the throat, down the heart, down the center of the body of the solar plexus, the sacral, down into the root, as it moves down past the knees, past the ankles, beneath the feet into the earth star, and finally dropping into the water star. Take a breath here, inhale, exhale it out. I remember when I was doing my sundowns, and usually the first day is the one where we're happy to kind of get going. By the second day, we're like, oh, by the third day, we're like, oh my God. By the fourth day, we're like, ah. But the first day we start in and say, okay, I'm here. I know what I'm here for. I know I'm dancing. And you've every step, every move onto the earth and the drum, the songs, being connected to the tree, and just doing that connection. And I remember if I ever felt like I needed more go to the tree. You go to the tree, you go to the tree, you go to the tree. So you would leave the line, go to the tree. And you just be at the tree, however long you needed to be at the tree, and then come back, get in formation again, and get your strength in it. It feeds you. The light comes down and feeds you. As soon as it comes down into Mother Earth and it comes up underneath your feet and goes through your body, you're getting it from above and below. And it gives you this energy of continue, focus, allowing the transformation, allowing yourself to just be of service. And that's where it takes takes you to that space to be of service. So you have your salt. You can take it and sprinkle it into the air, especially if you're up high enough. You can do that. Um, you can also, if you want to, you can flush down the toilet. Um, I would definitely kind of make it, if you've had a lot of horrendous stuff going on and you really just want to release it, I would add just one sliver of hair to it and just sit and really be with that. That's your DNA, that you are really releasing this. You're letting it go. So that you can just take it and release it down the toilet. I look at the toilet as a way of water coming to extract it and pull it and take it down to where it needs to go. And it's gonna leave my space. Because one of the things, if you aren't getting in a car to go drive it away somewhere, to go put it somewhere that's far away from you, that's another reason, another way to do it. And then water, when the water hits it, it's a part of the cleansing part of it. So we did fire, we did water yesterday. Today we're doing earth. Tomorrow will be air. So with that being done, I'm putting it in there, putting it into your bowl so you can release it. So remember, you can just use the salt. If, like I said, if you have ash from cigarettes, not your cigarettes, but I'm saying ceremonial tobacco, even incense sticks, that's a form of ash. You can take that and combine it. But like I said, this is very sacred because it comes from the fires of Sundance. And we're talking 2011, 2012, right in that doorway when I started. And I didn't finish until 2016. Okay. All right. Let's take a dive into, today we are in kin number We're in kin number, I guess it's 943 or 243, excuse me, not 943. Blue Solar Night, guided by the self-generation. Blue Solar Night, guided by the self-generation. So with that self-generation, I'm really trying to stay on top of things, not have people so long. So it's about receive and deliver the abundance. Function, intuition, action, dream, power, abundance. I pulse with the purpose of dreaming, realizing intuition seals the interest of abundance. This is ruled by Saturn, solar plexus, the energy of the night, infusion, and the journey towards the inner being is the place of peace and serenity. Waking up from the intuition, it's containing a powerful playing field of all the possibilities where everything is possible. Okay, so today when I went out, Spirit kept saying, go by the crystal store. And I go, why? So just go by there. I said, well, maybe they'll have some sand, some of that sand that you put in your thing. I'll use some of the sand with the salt. That's what I was thinking. And then I kept feeling like, oh, I wonder what cards they have. So I have Denise Jarvey. The Secret Language of Light was her first set that I got. Okay. This has been used a lot. Love this set. Then she came out with the second one that says The Secret Language of the Darkness. The soul light transmission from the shadow. Okay, so these two go together. All right. And lo and behold, when you bring the light, when you come from the darkness, you bring in the light. You have to do what? You have to manifest. The secret language of manifestation. I saw that. I was like, making the invisible visible. I was like, oh, shut the front door. So I automatically had to have it because I saw myself already doing the read with the 3 sets. And I said this would be a good way to set 1122. So with this 1122, okay, so you got 11, 11, 11, if you want to look at it that way. But you got 3, 3. So then you got 6. All right. So what's the balance? What's the foundation of this? So I figure 1, 2, 3. Why not? So let's jump into a read. And I'm going to pull from, I'm actually going to do it where this comes up last. So we're going to do The Magic of You is Magic. All of You is Magic. We're going to do this first. So this is if you want to do some journal writing for tonight for yourself. I'm also going to have the shadow card, the nighttime card, so that you can do that. And today we're just going to really kind of have some messages that might trigger you to look at something in a different way. So all of you is magic. So I saw a message come out. I think it was from Conscious Juice, but I know a whole bunch of others that collect the information from TikTok are going to be presenting it. And this is something that I said, no way. So evidently there is a issue that is going on where the education department wants to get rid of, are you ready for this? Nurse practitioners, physician assistants, chiropractors, physical therapy. I think respiratory therapy is going to be on there too. Getting rid of these particular things to study and get a degree in. You're not going to be able to do it anymore. You're not going to be able to go and take the study. And I have no idea how this is going to affect those who already have it. If they're going to be needed or faded out. Don't know. But evidently they are saying this. And so then I said, okay, well, if they're going to start that, then that means they're going to go on down the line. They're going to probably say no massage therapist, da, 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 da. And I said, what is the purpose of this? Part of it is fear. Part of it is all third dimensional. And the other part is to make people feel like they have to depend on them for their med beds. Now, I don't have a problem with the med beds. What I have a problem with in the med beds is you got to be cautious of which ones you're going to, because they got one for consciousness. They got one to manipulate your DNA. They got one that can take you off the planet. Okay. Then they got one that'll heal you and take you back 20 years, which is what's been going on with these people who are looking like 20, 30 years younger. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them are clones. The majority. They just look like they, and then some of them have taken too much Ozempic. And they don't look well. So that's something that's going to be popping up. Then I saw the TikTok thing on Arizona, the weather. Yeah, I think he had it for the weather thing. He puts up all the little quick things, conscious juice. And I was like, saw how Arizona got hit with a hailstorm. I was like, oh my God, what the hell? So they got hit hard. Okay. Heavy rain, then it started hailing. I said, okay, that's a cell. It hit Arizona. What are the chances of that coming over here? I'm just wondering. California. I'm just saying. Just wondering. It's a cell. Storm cell. Just wondering. So I've already been alerted about that through spirit to be prepared, because I already had a dream a couple nights ago that we got a rainstorm and it flooded the whole parking lot. The rain was all the way up to all the car doors in the parking lot. And we couldn't even go downstairs because it was that much rain. And I just remember seeing my car with all the water up there. And I said, well, that car is gone. I was like, well, that's gone. So we have that to kind of look at, how they're phasing out a lot of these careers. You know, they're phasing them out, getting rid of them. So it seems like if they can get rid of that, they're going to have you more dependent on the new system that's rolling in, that they're going to do, that they're going to place before us. Okay, so everybody's been hanging on this whole thing with the Epstein thing. Listen, I can make it real simple for you who's on the list. And I don't even have to name the people. I can tell you exactly who's on it. Anybody that was a lawyer, a crooked attorney, a cartel person, singers, actors, big TV producers, movie producers, TV icon, show people, anyone that could be up in your face on TV media forever and ever and ever was a part of that. All the way up to your presidentials. Okay? Anyone that was bought is on that list. And then you had some that were in there that infiltrated just to spy to see who was doing it. But I am not interested in all that, because back in the day, before everything got scrubbed, Deb and I already knew. We already did research along with a whole bunch of others who already know what's on that list. So I really don't care. I'm like, really? You think I'm hanging out in life because I want to find out who's on that list? I could care less. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, it's an old, dead timeline that's died already, and they keep coming back trying to resurrect it, trying to get something out of it. Dragon Riders, who's here? Okay, so I hope you're not like anybody just sitting around waiting to find out who's on the list. Anybody that is popular was on the list. Okay, there you go. Problem solved. Now you don't need to know. Just take a look around. And just because they're on the list doesn't mean that they did anything horrendous to anybody little, or that was female or male or whatever. Doesn't mean that they did anything. That was purely done for entrapment, for later down. If you don't do what we say, we're going to release deaths, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's what that is. So I always just, I look at all the distractions. I'm like, why is everybody so about this? I get it. It's to help with the victims and stuff. But really, in essence, if they really wanted to come forward and say it, they still could. But a lot of them, and I get it, they're not going to come forward because they've been silenced. You know, the silence is very real. Okay, we're going to do a soul contract. Okay, so your magic card is going to be this. Here's the outside of it. And on the side it says, you are a part of the essence of the world. Tighten your grip on details. The next moment will exit, and so will you. So visualize yourself as an infant under no pressure and with nothing to do. Connect with the feelings of your being, observing and flowing. Be a baby again. I like that. Okay. Dragons is Ceres and Bond. This is pretty. Ceres and Bonds. It says abundance, variety, and happiness are making their way into your life. The time of harvest has arrived. I like to see that. I like to see that come in. Abundance for everybody. I like to see that so we can move past it and stop stalling. I've never seen so many stalls. The Divine Masters is Commander Estar. Leadership activation. Time to evolve, trusting your abilities to guide others. Love it. Trusting your abilities to guide others. Okay. Your soul contract is merge with the light. Merge the divine light to experience unity and spirituality elevation. This connection brings clarity and guides you towards your true self. Spiritual unity, oneness with light, divine illumination. That's pretty. So it's that earthiness releasing. Cosmic. Okay, we're going to look at our, let's go into, no, we got to do those last because that's got to be that. So if you're watching this, when I put it together, everybody will just wait to watch it from the beginning. And today I felt a little sleepy, like kind of sleepy. Like I just want to keep sleeping today. But I made myself get up and I went and got medicines and oils and got my things together. And oh yeah, and I got myself a terahertz, but I got a bracelet. And I put that on my knee in my wrapping. Put that on there. Just for a little. So, all right. For our star codes, we have Vesta. The Vesta is the hearth, number 32. And then we have Cancer, emergence, 4. What's going to emerge? Kind of makes you wonder, where are we? Cancer's water. What's being emerged? Well, after seeing what happened in Arizona, Oh, we're just going through it. Going through the changes. Okay, tonight's medicine for the dream. We're going to look at the dream shaman's dream. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. First, breathe. First breath. Beginner's mind. 21. Love it. So definitely breathe into your chakra space tonight before going to sleep. Once again, last night everybody in our group did the new codes and put it under their water and drink their water this morning. And that's where it was this morning. That medicine was strong this morning because we implemented new codes. Now I'm going to do the new cards. So first we're going to do the dark, what comes out of the darkness, what's in the shadow that needs to come to the light, and what will manifest. I'm excited. So what's in the shadows? That needs to come to the light. Okay. Here's shadow. Here's light. How will it come to the light? And now the new ones. Ta-da! I like this. She put the infinity symbol on it. And it's beautiful. The box. Making the invisible visible. I love it. The book. Mm-hmm. And it's in color. And one of the pictures in here, oh my God. Totally loved it. That's my picture. Love that. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to mix these up. Good cardstock. I'll go through them and show them on another day. But I feel like if you really want to tap into some really good medicine, buy the cards from the same person. That way you have a thread to do a read on. Okay, how through the darkness into the light, what will it manifest? Let's take a look. What it will bring out. Okay, darkness card. It says, spiritual warrior, discover and honor your inner courage. I love that. Spiritual warrior. You know, something else I started thinking about my knee when I was doing some releasing work in it, because I know there's a lot of dance injury stuff I'm releasing, all of that. And one of the things I went out and bought is Vetiver. They have it in this one, then they have it in this one. I like this one better, but she didn't have any of that. So I just went ahead and got that. And then you're going to combine it with Crystrum. So I put that on, and then I wrap it with I lay a piece of flannel cloth on top of it. Then wrap the knee with the ace wrap. But I started thinking about something. Wounded knee. A lot of us are getting a lot of ancestral awakening, indigenous stuff coming up. Wounded knee. And I said, oh my God. And I just start saying, I'm releasing whatever is a concept or a belief of a wounded knee incident. What comes to the light is a soul tree. Ooh, 21. Soul tree. So from spiritual warrior, discover and honor the inner change. And then we have the soul tree. And then how does it manifest? Wouldn't it be lovely? So I'm trying to see what this. Hold on a second. I'm looking at this word and I'm like, what is that? Soul? Sow dreams and desire in your mind's garden. So wouldn't it be lovely? 26. Wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely? So let me look at that. And then let me pull up the light one too. Okay, so the soul tree is trees are filled with wisdom. Trees are filled with wisdom. Soul mastery, soul navigation is how this moves into it. Soul mastery, soul navigation. And wouldn't it be lovely? Number 26. Sow dreams and desires in your mind's garden. Dream big and allow desires to arise in your higher mind heart and every cell within your body. Lovingly nurture them into manifestation by entrusting them to the journey of creation. So in this book, she gives you even little prompt things to do. So for journal writing, you can say, visualize and write on or draw about any dreams or desires you saw yourself living in your sphere. Now that you have seen yourself living them, what would it be like to make any adjustments? If you so write or draw your adjustment, has this experience inspired any new desires? If so, write or draw them, add them to your new moon list. And this is interesting that it comes into a new moon energy because that's what we're in. So wouldn't it be lovely? That's pretty cool. Okay, lovelies, that concludes this. Tomorrow I might be on, and I might just press it out until Monday to do air so that we just kind of sit in the medicine of what we're doing and to just be. I kind of feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in the air. And time is just surging. Like it's trying to hurry up and get us to a certain point. And when time does that, this is how it voids out, anchoring us into a timeline that is not for the highest good. Okay? All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love. Thank you for joining me here on Be So Light. Enjoy the earth ceremony. Get your salt ready. Like I said, if you have any ash. Pearly! Pearly, where have you been? How's the family? How are you and your wife? Happy holidays. Oh, I was thinking about you last week. I said, you know who I haven't seen? I haven't seen Pearlie. Where's Pearlie? Um, Everyone be good to yourself. Hopefully get better. Yes. Blessings to you. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's good to see you. I want you guys to take care of yourselves where you are in the world, okay? We just got some, I don't know, crazy weather stuff going on. It's just the time is going by so fast. So I don't know, just weird. But I put the earth ceremony up. If you want to tap into that, I laid out some of the things for journal writing, do that inner dialogue. Drink lots of water. I've been dry. It's like every time I go outside, I come back dry. I wonder why. So I honestly can say I went ahead and got this terahertz bracelet thing. It kind of looks like hematite, but it's supposed to be like a man-made type of material that they put together that pushes out EMF and all that. Still living, making things still right. Yes. Um, I always say like this. Somebody in the health food store will say, "How are you doing today?" And I'll come back and I'll say, I'll put all my stuff up on the counter like this. Vitamin C. That. Got my pain oil. Homeopathics. I'm still above ground. I'm still doing what I got to do. But what matters is I'm above ground. They start falling out laughing. I said, well, that would be good. I said, if I wasn't above ground and I came in here, I'd be very, very dirty. There would be a problem. I would be a zombie. They already got Walking Dead universe. I don't know what part I would be playing. Not too many words are used, just a lot of, you know. They don't even get to say the word brains. They don't even get to go there. All right, lovelies. I'm so glad to see you. Be good to yourselves. Everyone get your rest. Take care of yourselves. Just remember, we got this. It's just, I think what's getting to everybody is we're watching the shenanigans and we're sick of it. We're done with that. That's what it is. Like, stuff that was going on yesterday, somebody said something and I was like, something was going on. What was it? Was it about the school, all the school stuff that they're going to be shutting down, or something stupid was happening? And I said, where the hell is John Wick when you need him? Where the hell is John Wick when you need him? Come on. Come on, John Wick. So everyone be good to yourself. Much love to all of you. Just take a breath. I come on tomorrow. I'll try to come on a little bit earlier to do air, where we do the breath. Okay. So I'll see how I'm feeling. I've been like sleepy, just wanting rest, and dreams have been weird, like weird dreams. Weird dreams. I'm like, what the hell is this dream about? Let me wake up. And then I get up and I come back and I end up going back in it again. I'm like, come on. I'm not participating. All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. Much love. Just take that time. Take that time. And really ask yourself what would really make you happy. Because you can't tap in until you give yourself permission. And if there's things going on in the body, like I just read earlier, go back to the beginning to catch that reading I was saying about the joint pain and arthritis and things that's dealing with the body and the bone of our foundation. If you don't let go of that stuff and stop holding, a lot of generational ancestral stuff is coming up right now. And somewhere we made a conscious decision that we were going to come in and hold all this stuff. We were going to be the peacemakers. We were going to be the warriors. We were going to be the ones to save the day. We were going to be, the holier than thou. We're going to hold it all together. But somewhere along the way, we lost ourselves. And the burden began to be too much of a price to pay. And some of us are experiencing that. So this is a time of deep reflection. This is a time of, on this day for 11/22, you got those two mastery numbers. You got a beginning that represents the opening of that. You got these two energies, and then you got another set of twos. So, and that's giving you the 6, which is the balance and home, and what is the balance of everything. How are we keeping ourselves balanced? So, yeah, just be good to yourselves. Don't get caught up in all the shenanigans. And wherever you are, weather-wise, just be cautious of where you are. Get the things you need, because like what happened in Arizona, it went from a sunny day to, oh, it rained, and the next thing you know, they got slammed with a hailstorm. And they're not built, that's whole areas, Arizona, Phoenix, all of that, they're not built for snow. Okay? They're a desert. So just know, be good to yourself. All right, on that note, much love. Be so light.